Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm Dick Lutzk with Mike Morin, and we have climbed to the top rung of the ladder in our third ladder series. Today's match is for the championship and a berth in our Tournament of Champions at the end of the year.
That's right. Bob Caliri has won 2 weeks in a row. He's now made it to the championship round against Jackie Ray. Haven't seen him in a couple of years. Both men hoping to get onto the list, which includes Don Richmond at 403 and Gary Santora 371. Those are the two bowlers guaranteed seated positions for next spring's Tournament of Champions.
Let's meet our bowlers vying for a spot in that Tournament of Champions this afternoon. Our third seed from Lexington, Massachusetts, Bob Caliri, winner of 2 matches thus far. Bob has defeated Tom Morgan and Warren Carl.
And Bob Caliri bowling very close to his league average of 121. He's averaged 122 in his 2 victories the last couple of weeks. High single 191, a 467 high triple. Bowls at Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire, and Burlington, Brunswick Lanes in Massachusetts.
And he'll be taking on our top seed, Jack Ray from Maynard, Massachusetts. Jack was the winner of the roll-off with a score of 694, and he's vying for a spot in the Tournament of Champions.
After some shoulder problems for a couple of years, he's back at it again competitively and sits atop this current ladder with a 122 average in league bowling. High single of 220, did that back when he was 18 or 19 years old, and a high triple of 470. So this shapes up to be another excellent match for the $1,000 top prize.
It's Bob Caliri of Lexington, Jack Ray from Maynard for a spot in the Tournament of Champions. Let's get right to it. As we continue from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, it's Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. We're back with our championship match right after this. Take a look at the ladder and how we began this series 4 weeks ago with Tom Morgan beating Mike Morgan in the first match. Then it was Bob Caliri downing Tom Morgan. Caliri advanced, beating Spaz Carl. Sets up the championship match right now. And Bob Caliri first to bowl here at Leda Lanes on lane 34. Picking up a spare to start out.
Not wasting any time. He wanted to get right up there and do it. And a 4-fill. Bob Caliri with triples of 365 and 367 in defeating Tom Morgan and Warren Carl these past 2 weeks to get to the championship match today.
We really have been we really haven't had any bowler set the world on fire over the last couple of weeks in this stepladder series. 374 was the highest score by Tom Morgan in beating brother Mike in the first week. Now we get to look at Jack Ray. Jack, the top seed, a 694 score in the roll-off, an average of 122, high single of 220.
When he was a much younger man, but still one of the highest ever bowled.
High triple 470. Bowling out of Metro West in Framingham, been bowling for 35 years. Been on TV over 60 times. So the bright lights should be no problem for him as he almost converts the spare.
Really one of the classic smooth styles of delivery in this game. Beautiful follow through. Nice and squared to the line. We're glad to have him back. Good competitor and a nice guy.
So when are you and I going to have this cage match that we've been talking about?
Would this be in reference to the Crossroads, New Hampshire?
New Hampshire Crossroads. John Clayton was here earlier, prior to our taping, doing a series, and with Mike and I on camera at separate times, kind of egged us on to challenge each other.
In fact, this will be on tomorrow night, I do believe, the 21st.
I think that's correct.
This being the 20th.
Jack Ray picks up a spare. This is, you are watching this for the first time on the 20th of December, Sunday. And New Hampshire Crossroads on tomorrow night, December 21st, 8:30 p.m. will feature our Candlepin Stars and Strikes program and the people here in the stands at Leda Lanes, many of whom had a chance to speak with John Clayton And it should be a great feature tomorrow night on New Hampshire Crossroads on New Hampshire Public Broadcasting, WENH, Channel 11 in Durham, New Hampshire.
John Clayton, a terrific columnist for the Manchester Union Leader.
John and I go way, way back to the time when I was doing college basketball games on the radio in Manchester, and John was sports information director and publicist at New Hampshire College. And he used to sit with me and broadcast the games of New Hampshire College, and we had some great times together.
So making a pest of himself even back then, huh?
Bob Caliri with a mark. So both bowlers warming up here in the early going. Jack Ray working on a spare. $775 in the kitty if either of our bowlers can put 3 strikes together. We had a bonus ball winner last week, so the bonus ball contest goes back to $20. Two marks in a row for Jack Ray,
who confessed to me before we started the match today that he was actually feeling butterflies, which I guess is a healthy thing, but I mean, you look at all the experience this guy has and still going to get a little bit nervous. It's been several years. Doesn't look like it, though, does it?
3 marks in a row, $50 for Jack Ray as he lights it up in the early going. And now Bob Caliri tries to respond. He'll put 5 in his spare.
So, you know, Bob really hasn't had his back to the wall in the last couple of weeks the way he, you know, is almost in a position to at this point.
Almost picking up the spare. And a 10 box. Well, you talk about Jack Ray having butterflies. I can understand anyone walking into a room where Mike Moran, the afternoon personality of WZID 95.7 FM, is present. That could create butterflies.
It makes for weak knees occasionally.
Especially this time of year, holiday season, where you've been out and about emceeing and hosting Christmas parties for
many companies.
Just about every group in the area.
Yes, it feels that way.
Just missing the spare. Missing the head pin, which would have been essential.
And of course, you as a sports anchor on News Now on WNDS, you've had absolutely no time to go out and do your Christmas shopping.
Not enough hours in the day.
Mrs. Lusk, is she in charge of that activity in your family?
Always has been and always will be. Jack Ray looking for some more bonus money. Won't get 3 strikes in a row, but he has an opportunity for another mark, although not an easy chance here. $10 for Jack Ray. An early 18-pin lead for Ray. That one got away from him.
But no harm, as he was not on a spare. Just makes it a little more difficult leave to convert.
They continue to fall.
Oh.
There they go. It won't go down. It was halfway down and came back up.
Did you see the look on his face, Jack, saying, "How dare you stand," when he shouldn't have even had that many pins to begin with?
No luck at all.
That was meant to be a 9.
72. Watch it again. Watch the pins come around. Here it comes more. Watch that 2-pin. It's going to move. There it is. It's going to stand upright. And Bob Caliri with a 9-pin drop. I want to remind you that next week you will see something different on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. something we haven't done in my couple of years on the broadcasts.
Would you be referring to the mixed doubles?
Yes.
For 4 weeks?
Which should be fun.
See some of the finest women Candlepin professional bowlers teamed up with some of the finest men bowlers for doubles action. See 2 pairs each week till we get to the top of that ladder. Can't tell you who the bowlers are at this point, but you'll find out next Sunday. Caliri giving that split a good shot. 7-pin still remains. And suddenly he finds himself 20 pins down through completed frames to Jackie Ray.
And a 10 box, 83 through 8 for Bob Caliri. Jack Ray already has 83 through 6. Burying it in the pocket, leaving the 5-10 with Wood.
I think we're going to see him pound out a few strikes today. He's right in that 1-2-3 pocket. Mostly the 1-3, just where you want to be if you're a right-handed bowler.
This looks fairly makeable. There it is. That is his 4th mark of the first string. Bob Caliri has 2 marks in the string. And so he's adding to his advantage. Just off the head, well, on the head pin, but off the pocket by a hair. Don't give up on it yet.
And now the wood goes rolling back, which is what stopped him in his tracks, but not with enough momentum to take out the 10.
Now it's coming back this way, which isn't what he wanted, but he made the 10 anyway. 26-pin lead for Jack Ray. 2 boxes to go. First string championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
It's for all the money. $1,000 to the winner, $500 to the runner-up, but more importantly, a berth in that Tournament of Champions, WNDS, next spring.
That piece of wood will come off the lane. This is set up to be makeable for Bob Caliri if he hits the head pin. That is the key right here. That's it.
You called it. Perfect placement.
So Caliri can climb back in with another mark if Jack Ray goes open in the final 2 frames off the head pin, but they continue to tumble. 6 pins in the spare. Well, put the head pin right straight through.
As he'll go for the 7 to try to spray him around.
And take a 9 box and a 108 first string for Bob Caliri. Jack Ray already has 109 through 8 boxes, so whatever he gets in the final 2 boxes will be his lead. Very thin hit.
Only 3 go down.
Wood is set up there, though, right now. This is a makeable shot. There it is.
Yes, sir.
The wood really helped him out. It was set up perfectly. Look at the angle on that wood on the deck. Just absolutely perfect. If you were to set it up, you couldn't have done any better. Now in the pocket, taking 9.
So a spare here, we're looking at a game well over 140. And a nearly 4-mark lead going into the second game against Bob Caliri. 3rd seed in this ladder.
Closing out strong. 146. First string for Jackie Ray, a 38-pin lead over Bob Caliri, going to the second string of the championship match. Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Jack Ray will be first to bowl in the second string of this championship match, and he takes a 38-pin lead into string number 2 over Bob Caliri. Jack Ray from Maynard, Caliri from Lexington. Jack Ray was the top seed. Bob Caliri was seeded 3rd. Jack Ray starts with a spare. Jack had a 146 first string with 6 marks, 1 strike and 5 spares. Bob Caliri had a 108 with 3 spares. He threw it to the second pocket and got an 8.
Yeah, shoulder injuries keeping Jackie out of competitive bowling. Building a house a few years ago, injured his shoulder. Took a while before he realized the extent of the damage. MRI showed that he had a torn tendon from his right bicep. Therapy helping things out, but he doesn't have the durability of bowling some of the 10-string tournament stick, which is why you don't see him on the regular tour, but just some of the shorter bowling functions.
What are you doing later this afternoon? Why not head to the Kahala Chinese Restaurant and Lounge right next door to Lita Lane's in Nashua for their delicious Sunday buffet, served from noon to 8 p.m. every Sunday for just $8.95. It's all you can eat, and it is terrific. Here's a nice spare for Bob Caliri starting off the 3rd string. Well done. Watch it again. He played it perfectly, and he took advantage of the wood on the deck. So a spare to start out for Caliri, and he put 7 in it. The Kahala Chinese Restaurant and Lounge is right next door to Lita Lane's. They have a lunch buffet Monday through Saturday from 11:45 to 2 p.m. The dinner buffet Thursday from 5 to 8, and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. The Caliri unable to convert the spare in the second frame. When we are at Lita Lane's, we all go over to the Kahala every time we're here every month for our lunch between tapings, and we are really very well pleased with what they do over there. The luncheon buffet is terrific. The food is outstanding. The service is as good as it can be, and I know that you will enjoy your visit to the Kahala at 350 Amherst Street, Route 101A in Nashua. If you're coming from the south, it's exit 7W off the Everett Turnpike. If you're coming from the Manchester area, take exit 8. And when you get off the exit all the way to Route 101, take a left, and you'll find yourself right at the Kahala. If you're looking for a landmark, look for Lita Lane's. It's right next door. Szechuan specials, Chinese, Polynesian, you name it, they have it. And it's really a terrific experience at the Kahala, 350 Amherst Street, Route 101A in Nashua.
I had an opportunity to have a pickled jellyfish a couple of months ago in Chinatown as part of a 13-course meal at a Chinese wedding. Interesting.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
I don't think I saw that on the menu at the Kahala.
I'd ask you to elaborate, but I don't think I will.
In that case, I won't.
Have you ever had it before?
No.
Will you ever have it again?
No. Oh, it wasn't awful. It was just so different. You got to try new things. I've had alligator tail. I also had shark fin soup at this particular function.
Jack Ray with the spare. Now Caliri trying to match it. Well, there's a man about town playing as many functions as you do, living in the fast lane. Here's Caliri with the spare. Nice spare for Bob Caliri, as he is responding with some excellent shot making. In the pocket, a strike. Bob Caliri with a strike. So both bowlers warming up as we go to the break. We're in the second string. of the championship match. It's Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua on WNDS TV. Jack Ray works on a spare going to the 5th frame of the 2nd string of our championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Dick Lutz with Mike Morin from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Both bowlers heating up a little bit as Ray will put a 5 inside his spare. Bob Caliri is working on 2 marks in a row when he next steps to the line. Missing the head pin.
Jackie Ray's hobbies: pitching horseshoes and playing pool. Horseshoes, a game that's rather compatible with the same motions and muscle groups as candlepin bowling, or any kind of bowling as far as that goes, the underhanded movements.
I could whip you in horseshoes too, as well as I can whip you in bowling.
Bring it on, brother, bring it on.
In the pocket and a strike for Jack Ray. No doubt about that one. Right in the 1-3 pocket. They all went over together, didn't they? Look at them. There they go.
Actually a pretty thin hit, but he got a real nice mix on it.
All right, now Bob Caliri working on 2 marks in a row, working on a strike.
But not a double to be had today. Yeah.
And $775 remains safely tucked away. I think it's back in Ray Simino's vault here at the Leda Lanes in Nashua. We haven't talked a lot about Ray over the last couple of weeks. Ray, the proprietor at Leda Lanes, wanted us to extend to all of you a happy holiday season. He puts on a great show for the fans who come to watch our taping sessions. The hospitality is absolutely second to none. The accommodations are first rate, and the people have a great time when they come to Leda Lanes to watch Candlepin Stars and Strikes. And we appreciate his cooperation in the fine job he and his staff do week after week. Sean Howard, the manager, is a great help to us in putting the telecast together every week.
And helping my computer mistakes on the scoreboard. He always fixes them for me.
Just nice people to work with.
Yeah,
They've been great. Jack Ray working on a strike.
A bunch of the young junior bowlers here from Leda Lanes. Junior girls travel team winning a tournament recently. Samantha Howe, Alexis Howard, Crystal and April Douse. So congratulations, ladies. The rotating trophy will stay here at Leda Lanes for at least another month.
Jack Ray with a 10 box. Little light on the head pin. And a spare. Nice shot for Jack Ray.
He's made that shot twice today. The other time, although it was over on the right-hand side. And that's not an easy one to make. You've got the diamond with that extra corner pin, the 7 of the 10, and he's made it twice today.
And as I mentioned, those of you watching this for the first time on the 20th of December, Sunday afternoon, Michael and I wish you all the happiest of the holiday seasons. Spare for Bob Caliri. 2 marks in a row. And he tickled it. He tickled it, but it wouldn't go.
But he's putting together some marks with some very good fills, which is what he needs now to get back into this thing with Jackie Ray. Bonus money time.
That'll be $50 in bonus money for Bob Caliri, as he is inching his way back into it, putting some pressure on Jack Ray.
Well, he's cut the margin of 38 pins in half. Coming into this match, he was down almost 4 marks. He's cut it in half.
Jack Ray working on a spare. Put 6 in the spare. Second spare in a row for Jack Ray as he responds to the challenge. 5th mark of the string. So both bowlers heating up a little bit. Missed the head pin. See what happens with that piece of wood. It split a couple of pins, but didn't take any with it. Wrapped right around. It'll be a 129 second string for Jack Ray to go with his 146 in the first string, a 2-string total of 275. Caliri works on a mark, tries to break out of the split, does.
Well, there's a nice break for him. Chance for a 4th consecutive spare. And he could pull this thing pretty close to even with a couple more marks.
And the wood is in pretty good shape for him. That's another $20 in bonus money for Bob Caliri. So he has $70 in bonus money and is working on a big string in the pocket. Can he break out of the split? No, but lots of wood. He's at 145. He's at 153. Can't pick up the spare.
Everything went straight back instead of over to the right. To the left, I should say.
154 is the string. For Bob Caliri, a 2-string total of 262, a 13-pin differential with Jack Ray taking the lead into the final string of our championship match. Don't go away. Candlepin Stars and Strikes continues from Leda Lanes in Nashua on WNDS TV. Bob Caliri, coming off a 154 second string, will be first to bowl in the 3rd string of this championship match as he trails Jack Ray by 13 pins with 1 string to go, and the pins fall for Caliri.
Caliri's success last game tied to the fact that he was nailing the head pin and not going to the right as he has often been when he's been missing things. Accuracy has improved. His follow-through is much better. That was a good shot, but the 9-pin stays.
And he'll start out with a 10 box.
Want to let everybody know the Pro Tour takes a month off here in December for the holiday season, but swings back into action with the annual Stacia Zernike Memorial Invitational. Ladies with average of 102 or better and men with 112 or better bowl with regular tour members and are all eligible for the prize money. You must be at least 18 years of age. The tournament Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th of January in Beverly at Bolamat. And if you needed more information, I'll give you an address here. You can get in touch. Go ahead.
9 box for Caliri and 19 in his first 2.
The address for the WCBC, the Pro Bowlers Tour, WCBC, Post Office Box 636 in Reading, 01867. WCBC Box 636, Reading, 01867. The Stacia Zernike Memorial Invitational. Stacia Zernike, regarded generally as the best woman candlepin bowler ever, died about 5 or 6 years ago, and this tournament is in her memory.
And Tony was here earlier today.
Tony is often here, as a matter of fact, and helps keep us updated on the events of the Candlepin bowling community. Even though he's technically not running the Pro Tour, as he had been for many years, he still helps out. You can't just walk away from that kind of involvement and not be still a part of it somehow. Great guy, Tony Zernike.
Jack missed the head pin with both first shots in this 3rd string. I have to admire him coming back from the injury that he had for his shoulder, hurting his injury. He tore a tendon from his right bicep, and that would be a tough one. And a 6 box for Jack Ray in the second box. 16 through 2 for Ray. So now a 10-pin lead in the match. It's contagious.
Oh.
He's got that line down.
Yeah. You might want to try something different, Bob, on this shot. Let's see.
And he'll take a 7 box.
Yeah, Bob really did a great job finishing strong with a 154 in game number 2 to pull it within 13 pins of Jack Ray, who really took Caliri apart in the first game by 38 pins. Good shot of our large gallery here again.
It'll be a 10 box for Bob Caliri. With all of the marks that we had in the second string, both bowlers struggling here in the early stages of the third string. Jack having trouble finding the head pin now. He's lost the groove.
He's fortunate in that Caliri has not really come on strong here. But you're right, he whatever touch he had the first 2 games seems to have vanished.
But right there he buries it. That gets it back in a hurry. Nice looking spare for Jack Ray in the third frame. That time he's on the head pin. Puts 8 in the spare and leaves himself another spare opportunity.
A lot of money at stake this afternoon. $1,000 to the man who wins, $500 to the second place bowler.
And the winner gets a spot in the Tournament of Champions.
That first prize is $1,500 next spring.
Two marks in a row for Jack Ray as we go to the break. Ray adds on to his lead over Bob Caliri in the championship match from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. It's Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Bob Caliri steps to lane 34 at Leda Lanes, falling behind Jack Ray by more than 20 pins now. That time Caliri put it in the pocket and deserved a better fate. Well, he tried to spin it across and it won't take it. $10 for Caliri. Almost made the spare.
Bob working his way up from the amateur Candlepin tour of several years ago, improving his game to the point where he's extremely competitive now with the best Candlepin bowlers in the pro tour and of course our television shows.
You wonder how something stands after all of the action on the lane. And now Bob surveys the wood. And he'll take the spare. First mark of the third string for Bob Caliri, and it comes in the 6th box. Now Jack Ray working on back-to-back marks.
Now that delivery was more like the first 2 games that Jackie was throwing the ball. A much crisper delivery, and you can see the results.
$50 in bonus money for Jack Ray. He now has $100 in the match.
And a good shot at 400, and he's going to want to do that for better seating in the Tournament of Champions. The top right now, Don Richmond at 403.
As he has really taken command of this match now, and halfway through the third string.
Too far to the left. Object pin still stands, the wood, along with the 10 pin.
Now Bob Caliri with a mountain to climb, but still enough time to climb that mountain. Needs a break, didn't get one there. Needs to make marks. 71 through 7 for Bob Caliri. Spread eagle.
Just
Threw it right on the head pin.
Yeah, he's punching through something he wasn't doing earlier. Spread eagle, right side goes down. 2, 4, 7 remain.
Nice 10 box for Bob Caliri as he cleaned it up. But 10s won't make it for him. A mark here by Jack Ray could just about put it away. And he almost did it with that one ball. That's the mark. And he has about a 3-mark lead with 2 boxes remaining.
Jackie Ray, sales manager for Marjam in Stoneham. Wife Kelly, daughter Jessica, 8.5, and son Mitchell, 4.5 years old. Living in Maynard, Mass.
And you have to feel that the $1,000 he's about to win today will help with holiday shopping. And for Bob Caliri, a $500 prize with some bonus money that he's earned over the past couple of weeks will go a long way to helping him. Almost made the spare, but it's been that kind of string for Caliri. This match is over.
Yeah, if Jackie Ray can put up 23 pins, he can take the top seed in the Tournament of Champions, the ladder such as it is at this point.
And that's what remains to be determined right now, the triple score for Jack Ray and where it falls in to the seeding. So all the pins count. Jack would like to mark, not to rub it in to Bob Caliri, but to improve his seeding in the Tournament of Champions. He'll take a 9 box, and he has a 115 and a 390.
He needs a mark.
Four horsemen on the left with a piece of wood.
One, 2, 4 in the 7 with some wood helping out there down at the end of the line in front of the 7 pin.
He's got it. So a closeout with a spare. And a 400 triple for Jack Ray.
He needs 4 pins, Dick, to be our top seed. That would put him one up on Donnie Richmond, who has 403. Did it?
It will be a 7, a 132, a 407 triple, and top seeding at this point in our Tournament of Champions at the end of the year. We'll come back to meet our bowlers in just a moment as we continue to wrap up Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua on WNDS TV. Well, we now have three bowlers who will participate in our Tournament of Champions at the end of the year, and all three were top seeds in their respective ladder series.
Yeah, I don't know what statistics or studies have been done, but I think there is certainly an advantage to having only bowl 1 week versus 3 or 4 to get to the top prize. Less stress, less strain, but you also have to come out cold without having really been acclimated to the environment. But 3 number ones in a row, you're right, Dick, and we've got now our 3rd entry in the Tournament of Champions.
Jack Ray wins this afternoon. He defeats Bob Caliri 407 to 361. Let's bring out the runner-up, Bob Caliri from Lexington, Massachusetts. Bob, congratulations to you. It was a good run. It was fun while it lasted, and you ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw here this afternoon.
Well, I knew I had to bowl better than what I had been the previous couple of weeks to beat Jack. He's a quality bowler, and I knew 360, 365 wasn't going to get it done. So, tip my hat to him. You know, I had a feeling he'd probably throw about 400 today, and he certainly did.
Well, 400 is a tough number to crack and a tough number to beat. But at what point during the match did you feel that things weren't quite going your way?
Well, he had that tough opening string, and, you know, you can't put up a string like that against Jack. Then I came back on him the second game, threw the big 150 game at him, and had a little bit of a chance at him, but then third string was a struggle. I was missing a head pin, and you can't be doing that in this game.
Well, you had a good run, and we have a runner-up check for you of $500. We'll give you that. We have some bonus money as well for you. I believe it was $70 this time around, and that will also help with the holiday shopping, I'm sure. Bob Caliri, ladies and gentlemen, our runner-up here this afternoon from Lexington, Massachusetts. Now let's bring up our champion, Jack Ray. Jack will roll a ball for the bonus ball contest, and we'll see if we can match him up with a viewer and give a prize to someone who sent in a postcard. And it looks like it's a 5 for Jack Ray. And let's pull the card out, and it is not a match. Irene Blanchard of Derry, New Hampshire chose 8. Irene, a consolation prize for you. Thanks for sending in the card. And 10 free strings of bowling will go to
Mildred Bradley.
Mildred Bradley, I believe, from Londonderry, New Hampshire. The second card pulled out. Let's bring Jack Ray on, our champion. Congratulations to you. We'll hand you the check for $1,000. We have $100 in bonus money in addition, and you are the top seed as it stands right now, going into the Tournament of Champions with that 407. And as you saw, your experience here today, being the top seed in the ladder series, certainly is an advantage.
Well, anytime you come in as a top seed, I mean, you weren't into the matches before, but you're fresh. You're coming in strong, and Bob bowled a few matches today, so he bowled well. He started coming back in that second string, and he threw that big string, and made me start squeezing the ball a little tighter.
We noticed there was a time when you seemed to come off the head pin. You were on the head pin early on, and then you lost it for a little while, but you got it back.
That's me thinking again, saying, what am I doing right? But that's the game of Candlepin.
One of the dangers in all sports, once you start thinking a little bit too much, you become a little bit dangerous.
Oh, that's for sure, and that hurts me a lot.
Jack, congratulations to you. We'll look forward to seeing you in our Tournament of Champions at the end of the season.
Thank you.
Jack Ray, ladies and gentlemen, our champion from Maynard, Massachusetts, and that sets up a new format next week for the next series.
You're right. Mixed doubles. Some of the top women and men bowlers will team up in mixed doubles competition for 4 weeks, pretty much through the holiday season and into early January. Hope you can join us next week for that. And then the men's ladder series resumes again back in January. And my only advice to Jackie Ray over the next several months before the Tournament of Champions, don't do any house building.
That's how he hurt his shoulder before, and we don't want that to happen again. He's got to be back for the Tournament of Champions at the end of the season. Michael, have a nice holiday.
Same to you, Dick.
And from all of us at WNDS TV, for Mike Morin and our entire crew, I'm Dick Lutz. Have a wonderful holiday season. We'll see you next time on Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire on WNDS TV. So long, everyone.